Hello and welcome to another video by Debbie Loves to Colour. In today's video I'm just going to be swatching my Prismacolor Premier pencils into my colour chart book. I did purchase this book a couple of weeks ago, I just don't have time to put my colours in. I have previously already jotted all my colours down in a little notebook, but I thought I'd use this video as a little colouring chat just while I swatch my book and a little bit of updates of what I've been doing and what I'm thinking of doing upcoming videos for my channel. So yeah, so I'm using this colour charts book what I've purchased off Amazon UK. If you're interested in the book, I will post the link in the description box below. If you're not familiar with the book, it's just a colour chart book. I would definitely recommend it if you haven't got it. So you've just got some, you know, your blank colour charts. You can post what colour it is, well, chart what colours you're using and the dates. So you've got a good few pages of blank colour charts, and then it goes on to a different kind of format, so you can use this as a combination or you can use it as a swatch. And then we go on to like eyes, skin. So you've got your skin, different air types, so you can log your favourite combinations down. And then we've got like pictures of food, rings, jewellery, and just little bits and bobs, flowers. Believe that's like a kind of hedge bush. Just different things that you can use, what you've used on your clothes, eyes and stuff, and that you can log your colours down. So it is a really handy book to have. So I'm just going to get to where I was, because I did previously start this. I've just done a really rough swatch of them. So yeah, so just to update you on what I've been doing, I haven't really been colouring much. I'm just going to zoom you in a bit. I haven't been colouring much. I don't know if you've seen my last video, which was the how to do skin. And it was this picture, Mario Lebedeck one. Is it Bedeck? Anyway, yeah, I did the skin on this picture. I've obviously missed out her arms because I just were doing a skin tutorial. And I actually went ahead and did her hair. And I wasn't really happy with the hair because they were going with more of a silver or a white look, and this turned out more grey. I don't know if you can see that very well on the camera. Yeah, so I didn't finish this, and I was playing about with different hair types. And I ended up trying this one, but I haven't finished it because this paper's different, and it's got like a really thick tooth, and it was just eating away at my pencils. I do actually like this hair, what I've done here. It's got like a bluish silver tone to it. I don't know if you know what, there's like a popularity thing going where everyone's dyeing their hair that silver metallic colour. Well, this is like that. It's got like, it kind of looks like it's got a blue hue to it, but it is silver. I do like that one, so I might do it again. So anyway, I don't know whether I'm going to be finishing this picture. And I did do a different hair, what I liked, because I have got this on a few download, your PDF, so you can download it as many times as you like. Now I did this background with Posca, and I did her hair, and I do like the colour, how a style of her hair came out, and I used it with greys. I think it were French greys and a sambar brown. And I did the background in Posca, and I wasn't really keen on it. I didn't like it. So I ended up getting my Sharpie markers out because I'd just had enough and I were a bit fed up with it. And I wasn't really moved to colour as well. So I just ended up going in there with Sharpie markers, and I just don't think they blend very well. And as you can see, I just don't like it. So I'm not really a lover of this. I think it's just a waste. I do like her hair though, so that's what I've been doing. Apart from that, I haven't been colouring much, but as you can see, I've got another blank picture there, and I might end up doing this one with pencils. I do like her hair, it's just not the colour that I was wanting at the time. I was wanting more of this colour, you know, like a white blonde look. I think this colour's nice. But I can always start the picture again when I'm in a better mood. And also I've got my Harry Potter colouring book, you know, the picture what I posted on my live feed. I think I've just knocked camera a bit there. I've got that book, what I'm wanting to finish. So I've got the whip what I were doing on my live feed, and I need to finish that as well. And I don't know if I'm going to do that in videos or live. I was going to do it as a video. But apart from that, I'm wanting to start some pictures of the Hannah Carlson, the Soulmates book, because I think I've got like 3 books of Hannah Carlson, and the only one that I've done is in Seasons, and I think I showed you on my coloured finished pages, and I really haven't done any more pictures in Hannah Carlson books. So I'm thinking of doing some, so I think I might start on Soulmates and see how it goes. So if you're interested in doing any of them, and if you're interested in Hannah Carlson books, look out for that, because I don't know whether I'm going to be doing some live streams or videos. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure yet. I'm not really confident at doing live streams at the minute, because, well, I haven't really done that many, and by the time I've managed to film anything, it ends up being really late because we work and stuff, and the lighting, as you can see, it's not overly great. I mean, I'm from South Yorkshire, it's like near Doncaster, and this week we've had no but rain, and there's been floods everywhere. We've had River Don go over, and places have shut down. It's just been horrendous. So it's been really, overall, it's not been a very good week. And then I've been walking to work and getting wet through and stuff like that, so I've not really been in a colouring mode. I do want to get more colouring books done though. So I'm wanting to get more pictures done. So if you noticed in my other video with my finished colouring pages, you'll notice that I'm a slow colour. I do tend to blend and layer a lot when I'm colouring and take my time, and I don't colour every day because I just haven't got time to sit there and colour every day. I wish I had. And I don't tend to like markers, because like that picture what I've just showed you with the dragon, I just can't seem to get on with markers, so I prefer to do it in pencils. Yeah, but I'm wanting to get quite a lot more colouring done, and I'm wanting to do more colouring pages and stuff, so then I can show you my finished colouring pages at end of month. But yeah, this is why I'm doing this video, just like a little bit of a catch up. So I've already started this, so I'm just going to take it from where I've last finished. And I have got a little swatch book that I'm just checking with my pencils in my case, because and then I know that my pencils are organised in my order. So sap green light, so I'm just looking for that. Yeah, so like I always keep my pencils in order. So we've got sap green light with the last one I've swatched, and then on my swatch book it says true green, and I've actually got Kelly green next to mine, so that is in the wrong order. This is another reason why I keep a swatch as well, so my pencils are just done in right order. So we've got true green, seeing you guys can see that. So I'm just doing like a really quick swatch. That's why it doesn't look really pigmented. And then I'm just putting the number of the pencil underneath. I'm sure everybody who likes colouring is aware of these colour chart books. It's just that I haven't had time to re-swatch all my pencils. But yeah, I'm definitely thinking of doing some Anna Carlson pictures and posting them on my channel, because I really want to try do more of her work. So, like I said, I've had them books for a while and I haven't done them. The latest one I got was last week, which is Soulmates. And I always find it intimidating as well what background I want to pick as well, because there's so many different backgrounds you can do, and I know a lot of people like to do their backgrounds first, whereas I'm pretty much different. Sometimes when I look at a picture, I'll go in with the colour and then my colour palette will come in my head. And once I start doing the picture, then I'll know what colours I want. And it's not until then that I know what background I'm going for. But I might start experimenting with my Neo 2s. And maybe doing some more pastels background as well. I think I've got the cheap pastels from Amazon, but I have seen a lot of lovely videos by Colour Me Stress Free, and she's been doing some lovely pan pastel videos on hers, and I think they do look nice. I think they'd be good in backgrounds. So then we've got our Kelly Green. And as well, if you've seen my previous videos as well, you'll know that I was thinking about doing some budget friendly colour alongs. And I'm thinking about doing a Crayola one. At the minute, I have only got the 50 set of the Crayolas. And I'm thinking about getting the 100 set, and that way I've got more options of colours that I can use for it. But I think it'd be good to do a Crayola, like a Crayola colour along, and see what we can get out of a budget pencil. I mean, you can't really go wrong, because it's, I think it's about, is it £20? I think you can get it from Amazon for 100, which is not really bad. And I think you can get 50. I'm not sure, is it £11 or something for 50 of the pencils? I'm not actually sure, I'll have to double check on that for price. But I know when I first started colouring, I was using Crayola pencils, and I really liked them at the time. I'd not really tried any other brand of pencil. It's just that when my colouring improved, I wanted more of a pigment with my pencils. So obviously that's why I went on to other colouring pencils. But for people who are just beginners and haven't got a lot of money and just want to colour for fun, I don't think you can really go wrong with them. Right, so Parisian Green, let's have a look. Yeah, that's right. I'm just making a bit of room to put my number down. That way I've got both the number and the name of the colour. So yeah, that's really, I haven't been doing much all week. I really wanted to get my Harry Potter picture done, do you know, the one what I've posted on my live stream. And I haven't managed to do any more in that book because, like I said, I've been going to work. I think I tried to come home on Monday and went to a workout circuit class, because I used to go really regular and I haven't been going because of my new job and everything. And then this week after that, I went on Monday, and by heck I was like, my legs and my arms and that were just killing the day after, because I've not been for about 3 weeks. And I used to go every day for years, so it was quite a shock really how much it affects you when you don't go. But yeah, we work and everything, I just ended up going, and then weather's been really bad, People were actually getting stuck. I mean, they were out in roads yesterday and the cars ended up, I think the water were coming up to bonnet and everyone were having to literally come and get rescued. It was really bad. I don't know if what weather's been like wherever you are watching from, but if you're in UK, I'm sure you'll know what I'm talking about. So we've got our olive green. So yeah, I bought this colour chart book because I thought it'd be really handy. Like you say, you can put your combinations down into the book. But with me already having swatches of all my pencils, it's a bit of a pain because I've got to redo all the swatches, and I've literally got to, well, yeah, I've got to swatch all my pencil sets again. So if I do actually get the Crayolas, because I've only got the 50 set, I can just put the full 100 in here. I think you can get more than 100 as well, but I haven't really seen them on Amazon UK. So I've got grass green. Right, what have I got? Parisian. I'm just checking, guys, because I think something's wrong. Right, I've got my sap green, my true green, Kelly green, grass green. Ah, that should have been grass. And then olive. So I have kind of got it mixed up here. So we'll go for the grass green. Which is fine. It's just going to have to be a little bit mixed up because on my swatch chart, what I've got in my book, the grass green is under the Kelly green. So it should have been Kelly green, grass green, then olive, then Parisian green. So I've mixed it up a little bit, but never mind. As long as colours are here. It's a bit of a pain. But I know if I want to rearrange my pencils in the right order, I can just go buy my notebook. Anyway. So yeah, I'm just planning on getting a lot more colouring done. I mean, I see people colouring and they get a picture done in one go, and I'm like, I'm just amazed because they colour right quick. And I tend to colour, it takes me ages to colour. I think it's because of just how I colour. I think because I like to make me, I like to layer and blend a lot. I like to get my colours to try pop off at page. Like I said, I don't like using markers because I can never blend them right at all. Right, so I've got my grass green. I went to olive green. So we've got dark green. Again, I was going to do this video also as a live stream, but because of the time it is, I'm not sure if many people would be coming on to watch it. So you might end up seeing some more of the Harry Potter live streams until I've got it done. I've nearly done the picture. And then I'll move on to the Hannah Carlson. I mean, I've got so many books that I want to start colouring in. I've got loads of Hannah Lynn books that I didn't show you on my finished colouring pages because I hadn't coloured in them. I think I've got the Victoria Darlings, the Christmas book. What else have I got? I think the Mermaids, I've got the PDF version of that, and I've coloured note in it. So I've got like the Magical Jungle. I think I just did what I showed you, the front of the title page again, and that's it. So we've got the Kelp Careen. So yeah, I've got loads of books that I've just not coloured out in. And you'll have to excuse me writing because I'm just literally just doing it really roughly. I don't know, but doing these swatches is actually quite fun. It's just as therapeutic as what colouring is, because you are still colouring and it's just block colouring and there's no shading or blending that you have to worry about. You just straight block colouring. So we've come into the Sandbar Brown, so we want to be on that. I was thinking about buying more blendable markers instead of using what I've done, because like I said, I've just got the Sharpies and the permanent, they're alcohol, they stink, they're really bad. I mean, they let off some right fumes when you're colouring with them. I don't think it's really that healthy colouring in with them, and I don't find them blendable at all. And it took me about it didn't take long at all to colour that dragon with the Sharpies, so it's a big difference from the pencils. But I have heard you can get the really good blendable markers, like the Copics and stuff. But I don't want to be spending a fortune on a marker, because it's just not something I'm going to be using often, because I do like pencils. So I know you can get them, is it markers and the Touch New markers, but I'm not familiar with them. So if you are familiar with these markers and they are blendable, you'll have to let me know in comments, because I won't mind getting some. Right, so sepia, because it literally doesn't take long. I would actually get a picture finished really quick by doing markers, and I'd end up with loads of finished pages if I did everything with markers. It's just that with the colours that I've got, they're just not blending. I'm not really that good with using them. I have actually got my birthday coming up on 22nd of this month, and I have actually put the Arteza acrylic paints in my wish list, and my parents are wanting to buy me them, but I've also put the pan pastels, I think I'm saying it right, as well what I wanted to try out for my backgrounds. But I'm wondering if I should just get some markers instead, get them to get me some markers. Maybe I can try them out. Because I have heard that they're cheap but they do blend, so, but I'm not sure, because I don't want to buy them and then get them and then I can't blend them. And then I've just wasted money. I did purchase these, and I know you can get them in colours as well. I got the skin tones with these, the Winsor Newton Pro Marker. And to be honest, I'm not really keen on these. I'm not keen on them. I have actually used them as skin, but I think what I'd do if I went to use these with different markers, I'd put just a base layer of the skin and then go over with pencil. It would be a lot quicker than just doing it with pencil, but I always enjoy the results I do get from pencils. Right, so I'm coming up to, I've done Super and Marine Green, so let's see if it matches out, and it does. So yeah, my pencils are in order, I've just mixed them up. I'm hoping that it's not too shadowed for you guys as well, because I've bought a separate lamp and the bulb is really bright, because I was wanting to get rid of that yellow tinge. But whether you're seeing like a shadow or not, I don't know. I'll have to watch it back. So we've got Marine Green. I'm not really pressing down hard to swatch these pencils neither, I'm just lightly going over it, as long as I've got the colour down, and then if I'm wanting to choose what colour I want, I can just grab it. I'm going to have to do the Prismacolor combinations as well, because I've actually downloaded them off a Colour with Claire. And I find them so useful. If you haven't got them, I suggest you go on to, if you look up Colour with Claire blog, so just www.colourwithclaire, and you go on downloadable charts, and then I think she's got a Black Widow, free downloadable one, the Polychromos and the Prismacolor Premier pencils, and I think she's got the chart what's already coloured in a little blank box for you to colour in yourself. So if you haven't got them charts, I would highly recommend to go get them, because they are so useful when I'm looking at a picture and I can't figure out a colour palette and I'm wanting to know something that's going to blend well, and then I can just look at that combination chart and I know the colours are going to blend well because they've already been done. And then I can see what the colours are going to look like on the page, and it's just makes colouring a lot easier. And I'm sure you've all heard of Colour with Claire. She's really popular, really good at, she's one of my favourite colourists, to be honest. I love her channels. I've learnt a lot. If I needed a review on anything and I looked up her channel, it just seemed to be there. I think she's literally just reviewed everything. So the next one should be jade green, am we right? Yep. I have actually got the weekend off, so hopefully I can do my Harry Potter, and I might try another live stream again, and maybe try get it through day, and then people can catch it. So the next colour should be what we've got, muted turquoise. Yeah. Just mind me writing, I've just literally squeezed that in there. I have actually, I know I mentioned it before, bought a new bookcase, and we are rearranging the room round, and my partner's put the bookcase up, but we haven't put it in the room yet. It's just literally sat there in the hallway waiting for us to rearrange everything. He's wanting to redecorate, and I've got all my books at the minute, because I've got like 2 sideboard cabinets, and I've got all my colouring stuff and my colouring books in the drawers and in the cupboards, and so I wanted a bookcase so I could put them all in, but we need to move the sideboards, rearrange everything in the living room, and then I've bought some new rugs and new curtains, and I actually bought them a few months ago now, and we just haven't put them down because my partner's wanting to redecorate, so we've got a lot that we need to get done really. But once I've done that, I can hopefully manage to fit everything in my bookcase, and then like it's got 2 drawers at the bottom, so I can get some of my colouring stuff like pencils and that, because they are quite long, so hopefully some of them will go in there. And I think I could do with getting some more pencil cases as well, and getting rid of some of my tins for my coloured pencils. So the next one I'm doing is peacock green. And I'm just going to check, yeah. Because I have actually got a lot of books as well, and I do read a lot. And over the last few months, over a month, I must have read about 20 books. And I was reading the, what am I now? Throne of Glass series, and I've never read them before. And I think the first 2 books I found a bit slow. I think it was just getting to know characters, and at the first I didn't like the lead character. When I was reading it, and until the 3rd book it just picked up, it kind of changed its pace, and it ended up being a lot more, there were like magic and stuff in the series, and a lot more happening. You got like loads of different characters, and I ended up reading all the books. I think I got a couple of them in physical copy and some of them on my phone. So I read that series, And then I read the Cruel Prince by Holly, is it Holly Black, or yeah, Holly Black, I believe. And then the Wicked King, and she's just brought another book out, which is the third into it, and I think it's The Queen of Nothing. So I'm also wanting that. So I'm going to have to ring lottery, really, aren't I, to keep up with what all stuff I want. But yeah, I really like reading, and I quite like my fantasy books. And I've recently read, I can't remember the name of the author, but I've recently read Winter Song. It's like Labyrinth, if you're familiar with the film Labyrinth. It's about like a goblin king. And then I'm on to Shadow Song, and I'm just like more than 3/4 into that. And I've also, what did I get then? I think I got another series, and I can't remember the name of it, and I haven't read it. I think there's 3 books. I think it's The Bear and the Girl, or something. So I've got them to read. And then when I were in Asda the other day, I picked up this, and it's like a Dracula. It's like the second thing of Dracula, do you know, the Bram Stoker's Dracula, and I thought it looked really good, and I just ended up buying it. So I'm looking forward to reading this. So yeah, I've got all them to stick on bookshelf as well. So Putty Beige, yeah, so I've got to put them, I've got to put all my books, my hardback books and my paper books, and fit them all into this bookshelf, but luckily it's really wide, so, and then I can get all my hardback colouring books onto one shelf. I think I could do with one of them big storage boxes as well. But there's always more colouring stuff that I want. Right, so my next colour should be light umber. Yeah, I think this video would have been good in a live, and then if anyone would have come on, I could have talked to you on the chat. But because of the time, I don't think I'd have got many people clicking onto the live stream, and you'd have ended up watching it back as a video. So that's why I decided to do it as a video and just give you a little bit of an update, because I haven't really got any colour along started yet for me to put out there, and I want to get that Harry Potter colouring page finished, and I wanted to finish this as well, so I've got a lot of things to finish. So we've got chocolate, I think this is good so I can put the number down as well, because sometimes I look up on, I don't know if you've colouring groups, and they've got a combination. I'm like, oh, what pencils have you used? And they've got the combination, and it's in the numbers, and I actually haven't swatched the numbers out before. I've just swatched the names out, so it's been a pain looking for them. So I wanted to get the numbers of the pencils swatched down. Right, so chocolate, the next one is burnt ochre, so it's good to know that my colours are all in order. I'm sure if I went further to the beginning I've mixed them up again because I were doing some skin tone. So that's PC. So then we've got sienna brown. So with my Castle Art pencils, they are numbers, but the Castle Art, the Sens, actually sent me on the Facebook, if you look at Castle Art, they actually sent me a colour chart to go, coloured names, and they sent me it through inbox. So I did actually write that down in my swatch book. So I have actually got some names to go with my Castle Art set. So we've got terracotta, so it should be henna. So yeah, when I got my Prismacolor Premier pencils, I started with the 24 pack because I was telling you about how I used to use Crayola, and I wanted a more pigment pencil, soft wax pencil, because like Crayola's are kind of a well, they are wax pencil, and kept seeing these posts about Prismacolor Premier pencils, and at the time Amazon had like 24 pack for pretty cheap. So I bought this 24 pack off of Amazon, and I was really impressed with them, and I just thought, oh, these are really nice. And I ended up wanting the I think we're at the is it 74 or 72? And I thought, oh, I'll get the 72 tin off of Amazon. So I ordered the 72 tin. And at the time, this is when my anxiety was starting last year, well, about a year and a half ago now, nearly 2 years ago. And I'd ordered this 72 pack of pencils off of Amazon. And I thought, oh, and they were pretty cheap. They were like, I think they were like £35 or something for 74. And at the time, I'd not ordered Prismacolor pencils apart from the 24 pack. And I was really excited, and I waited them, and I went to my mum's, and I was waiting for them to come through post. And I got them, and the came, and the tin looked brilliant. It was just same as the tins what were advertised online. The tin and the bag, they were no different. And I opened it up, and to me at the time, I wouldn't have noticed because I wasn't really familiar how the layout of the pencils are, so I didn't notice so. And I got like a spare piece of paper because I thought, oh, I'll try them to see if they're just as good as this 24 pack what I'd got. And I'm just checking my colours, Tuscan Red, and yeah, so I got a piece of paper, and on applying it onto paper, it were really scratchy and there were hardly any pigment, and I thought, well, that can't be right. And so I tried a couple more, and they were like worse than a Crayola. The Crayola pencils were more pigmented and less scratchy. These pencils were like really cheap dollar store pencils, and I thought, well, they look like Prismacolor Premier pencils, and I just couldn't really get my mind around it. And then when I got home, I was like looking at the 24 pack, and I picked a colour what was supposed to be the same what were in the 72 pack, and the barrels all looked similar apart from the colour was slightly off. It was like a different colour. So I'd realised that they were fakes, like someone had tried to literally copy the pencils and sell them off. So I got in touch with the seller and said, these pencils are absolutely no good, they're useless, and you know, we're really mad. She says, oh, there's no wrong with the pencils, there just might be a bad batch. Anyway, I wasn't having it because the colours of the barrels were different, and there was supposed to be one colour, and I obviously compared it to the other coloured pencil, and then I looked at some of the reviews, and if you go on Amazon, it'll come up as automated reviews, but if you click on it and go to recent reviews, and then I noticed some of the comments, so I actually got in touch with Amazon, and they actually told me not to bother sending the pencils back and just sent me a brand new set of 72 pencils out. And straight away I could tell quality difference soon as I put them to paper, and they were the right colour. And from there, instead of buying the 150 set, I ended up buying the individual pencils. But I was just gobsmacked at the time. I have actually still got the pencils in that cupboard. They just looked exactly like Prismacolor Premier pencils. In fact, I'm going to show you because I just couldn't believe that I managed to get that someone was selling a copy of a pencil. So these are I'm just gonna, I don't know if you can see that, but the tin's the exact same. I'm just gonna move this pencil so I don't get it mixed up. The tin is the exact same as what you would get. I might have mixed them up a bit because my partner used them and he tried to colour with them and they were horrible. Let me see if I've got some light paper what I can test on. I'm going to have to use yellow. Some of them are not too bad. I mean, you get the odd one, but see if I can find one. That is poppy red. Let me just check it with the red on these ones. Right, so that's their poppy red. And it's slightly, I don't know if you can see that, it's slightly a different colour. that's the fake, and this one's actually one of the better pencils, because there's a lot that are really bad in the set. Let me just find it. So that's, I don't know if you can see the difference in that straight away, the difference in the colour. So that's just one of them. Oh, my pencil's gone flying. So I'm just going to zoom you in so you can see that. So just beware if you ever buy them off Amazon, to just check your seller. Let me find another one. What's this one? This one's supposed to be crimson red. I don't know if you can see that, but like I said, some pencils in this set are better than others. That's the crimson red. And then I'm going to go for crimson red in here, if I can find it. That's crimson red. So I don't know if you can see this and all. This is the proper Prismacolor Premier pencil, crimson red. And then we've got this, which is crimson red. Can you see the colour difference of that? I just can't believe it. I really, really can't. When I got them, I thought, so that's the crimson red, and this is the proper Prismacolor, and you can see straight away the difference of the colour going down. So these are not really good for layering. I think they'd be good in a cheap colouring book, but my partner did actually use them, and I don't think he found them weight to weight really well. And this is mulberry. I mean, look at that, it's not very good. So yeah, I actually got sent some fake Prismacolor Premier pencils, and I just couldn't get over it at all. So I'm just going to zoom you guys back out, and we'll get going back to where we were. So I've never actually heard of fake Prismacolor Premier pencils. I didn't think that they could, anyone would make a copy of a pencil. I mean, why would you? And I don't know what happened with the seller on Amazon, because they actually they sent me a message and they said that they just had some dodgy stock, but it's more than a bit of a dodgy stock, because the colour of the pencils are totally different. So if you do buy on Amazon, I would definitely check most recent comments. I do that all the time now, because on the comments that I were getting, it just chose the comments what were underneath, do you know, the reviews, and I've not looked at the most recent, so I wasn't seeing all these comments saying that there's something wrong with the pencils. So we've got espresso. But yeah, some of them in that tin are better than others. Some you can get a lot of pigment out, and others you're not gonna. I don't think they'd be really good for layering and blending too much. And they're nowhere near as soft neither as these. I know straight away as soon as I put them to paper. If I'd have not picked up a Prismacolor Premier pencil before that, but luckily I'd got the 2014, I wouldn't have known, because if it was first time buying it, I'd have thought that's just what the pencils were supposed to be like. So I'm glad that I'd got the 2014 beforehand. Right, so according to this dark umber, yeah. I actually want the Arteza colour pencils as well to give them a try. I've heard that they're good. So we've got dark brown. But like I said, I think I need to win lottery or something, because there's always something I want to buy and want to try with colouring, and I end up going back to the Prismacolors all the time. I think I know more combinations, colour combinations for the Prismacolors, and it's just easier to pick one out. So I tend to go straight for them, and I know that they're going to blend. And that as well. So with my polychromos, I haven't got, if I do use them, I'll go to the reference, the colour combination chart, what I downloaded from Colour with Claire, because I know that them colour combinations are going to go, and it just makes it a lot easier. But when you use one kind of pencil, I don't know if you guys it's same. When you're used to working with one kind of pencil, I think you've got to get used to then working with the other one. Whereas with polychromos, if you go with just an hard pressure to the page, you're not going to get many layers, and you're not going to build that colour up. But if you go very lightly, then build the colour up of the pencil. So if you start off in light layers, you're going to get more of effect, and more of a effect as it popping out on the page, I think. So it's just a little harder work with the polychromos, but I do love them. So 10% warm grey. So I've not far off finished these, this swatch. I have actually got to order a new white pencil, and at the minute the place where I order, which is the coloured pencil shop, is out of the white. I do believe I've got a spare one in my tin, because I have got some spare colours, and I'm just waiting for the ones that are small to get what I can out of them, and then I'll replace them. But the ones that I haven't got, I think I've got a couple that I've got to order, and white's one of them, because I think the one in my spare tin's getting pretty low as well. So we've got 20% warm grey. So I'm going to have to wait till it comes in stock and get it ordered. I use white a lot because it's a good blending pencil as well. I might end up swatching the Black Widows and doing that as a live stream and colouring chart if you're interested. Because this video would have been good as a colouring chart, and then I could have spoke to people if they were going to come on and log on to the live stream. It's just that the last time I did my Harry Potter ones, not many came on, and I did because of the time that I was putting it out. And then it just ends up, people just end up watching it back as a video anyway. So we've got the 30% warm grey. Just see if you guys can still see what I'm doing. Just going to zoom you in a little bit. Not too much. But yeah, I'm actually quite liking these colour chart books. I think there's a few available. You can get different ones, but to be honest, I'm quite happy with this one at the minute. I mean, I really would like to buy the Luminance colours, the Cavendish Luminance. I want to try them. I want to try the Dew and Light Lightfast pencils, because I actually got a free Lightfast pencil with me book that I ordered, me Fairy Celebrations book, and it were a purple colour, and I really actually, I tried it and I really liked the pigment and the soft colour lay down. But I've been looking at them and they're just really expensive, aren't they? It's just, I'm gonna spend that much on pencils when I've already got the polychromos set, and then I've already got the Prismacolors. I mean, my polychromos, like you say, with your Prismacolors, and maybe I'm not sure, do Derwent do? I think they do single stock, but it's buying them and replacing them all. And then if I got a small tin, I think I'd want more, because then I'd want more colours. So I'll just have to see, because they are expensive. I think maybe I think it's like nearly 100 quid or 100 quid or something daft like that for 70 odd. So I think I'd have to wait till there were like a lightning deal on them. So we've got one grey. So one grey 50, I think we're at. Yep. I mean, there's a lot of people as well that have said that they love the luminance, and then they've got your people that say they don't like them and they don't use them. And it's same with the Derwent brands as well. And then I've got my Caran d'Ache Neo watercolours, which I do like, and I've only got the, what is it, 30 set or 30 something, might be 30 set, and I'm really wanting to get more of them. And it's like, do I buy the new tin of 80, or do I just buy them separate? Because you can get the colours, you can get them single stock. So I might start buying a few at a time, like I did with my Prismacolors, because I am going to use them for my backgrounds. So they'd be worth getting, because I know for a fact I'd end up using them. So we've got 90%, hang on, 50, warm grey 70, yeah, it's the 70. I've actually made a mistake there, don't matter. I'll Tipex that out later. Then we've got the warm grey 90. Yeah, so I think my next things are going to be the Black Widow. on a live stream. I'll see if I can get it done tomorrow actually, through day. So if you are interested in coming and having a chat with me and watching live stream, definitely pop in and say hello. So I think now we're moving on to cool greys. So we've got 10% cool grey. This is the colour that makes that bluish tone in the silver air I showed you earlier on with the Mariola Bedeck. It gives it like that tint of the bluish silver. And I think I'm going to redo that picture again because I actually like that combination of air. So we've got the 20 as well. Do you know what? I hadn't wrote the number down, I'll have to get it back. I'm just getting that colour back. Hang on. PC 1059. Then we've got the 30% cool grey. So I'm going to do a couple of more and then I'm going to log off because my battery's going low and I don't want it to cut out halfway through this video because it would have just been a waste of time then. So yeah, I'm going to try get a live stream on of the black, me swatching the Black Widows, so if you definitely keep an eye out for that. And then I'd love it if you come on and just say hello, and then I can actually chat to you instead of talking to myself. So we've got the 50% cool grey. I might be able to get it done actually. So we've got the 70% gold grey. Then we've got PC 1069. I'll tell you what I haven't done is put a sheet in between. If you do get this book, it is thin paper, so I would recommend putting a blank sheet between, if you go, especially if you go hard with your pressure on your pencil. Otherwise it's going to leave a print onto your opposite page. Right, so what's my next in? 90% coal grey. Oh. So this is like a black, isn't it, almost? Then we've got, hang on, black. So I have got another black as well that I ordered. I'm not sure where, yeah, I have actually ordered a new black. This one's getting short. I'm going to have to get a pencil. Another thing I need to get, I'm going to have to get a pencil extender so I can get the most out of my colours, because I have got a few short pencils now. So the short pencils I've got are generally, I've got the spares for, what I've replaced. But I'm wanting to, like I say, get the most out of the pencil. So I'm definitely going to have to go buy one. But I'm going to have to order it online, because I don't think they actually sell any near me. So as usual, what I could have picked up for, if, you know, like a couple of quid, I have to end up getting it online and it costs more. And that's another crap thing about where I live. I mean, decentest thing for pencils and that is the range, what's near me. And you still have to drive to get there, and I don't drive, but my partner does. So I've got the 10% French grey. So I end up having to buy everything online, and it costs more money. I mean, the range, it does sell like Posca pens and a few of the Derwents, but when I go and try to get the Posca pens, which is the whites that I normally use, I think I need a new black one as well now, but the whites or the black, because it's a popular colour, when I go they've never got it in. So we've got 20% French grey. And this is the colour what I've ordered as well. I've got one coming through post. Because I haven't got a spare one of these. So then we've got 30% French grey. So I am going over lines a bit, but it doesn't really matter. It's only a colour chart reference. Right, I'm going to leave the video here because my battery's running low on my phone and it's going to end up going off while I'm filming. Thank you if you have watched this video. I'm sorry I didn't do it as a live stream. I think it would have been better, and that way I could have talked and you could have left me messages and I could have commented, well, I could have seen your comments and talked back. Like I said, I've only done 2 live streams before. The first one were a bit of a disaster. I had my camera upside down, but it will like live and learn. The second one were a bit better, but the timing wasn't great because it were late at night and not many people came in to join it. So whoever did watch it ended up watching it back as a video. So I do apologise for that. I did want to do this video as a colouring chat so I could like talk to you and just give you updates of what I will wanting for my upcoming channel. So as like I've said at the beginning of the video, I'm going to be doing my Black Widow swatch live. I'm going to be finishing off my Harry Potter. If you're not interested in the Harry Potter, I do apologise, but I'm wanting to get it done. As soon as I've got that done, then I can start doing my Hannah Carlson. Whether I'm going to be doing them as live streams or videos, I don't know. If you do want a particular colour along from me, please comment below and just let me know what colouring books that you own and that you want to see coloured, and if you've got any particular pictures you want me to do with the Crayola. If you're interested in the budgeting pencil colour alongs that I'm going to be doing, just let me know what pictures. I've got a lot of Anna Lane books and I know a lot of people have them books because, to be honest, they're fun colouring books and they're affordable, so it's probably going to be in one of them books, to be honest, if it's going to be a budget friendly colour along. So it'd definitely be maybe Anna Lynn and the Crayola coloured pencils. So if you're interested in any of that, look out. And if you want to see any particular colour alongs from other books, just let me know. And thank you again for watching, and I shall see you all shortly.